Tristan, just what the past 4 or 5 days been like for you?
It's obviously crazy. I've never been a part of anything like that, so it's obviously all new. So going from one team to the next and then playing the next day, it's obviously a lot of emotions. It wasn't putting on a different jersey for the first time was a little weird, but obviously very excited.
This had been talked about publicly for a little while now. I mean, did it catch you by surprise when it finally happened? Just how did you observe it before it happened, I guess? Or?
Yeah, you never know what's really going to happen. Obviously, there's always rumors out there, and there's always speculations of what and if. So you kind of always just block it out. You never really pay too much attention to it. But obviously, when I did get the call from Kyle, it became very real then.
Tristan, you've talked about in the past how you never wanted to play for another team but the Penguins. Just what are the emotions now being back here, almost in familiar surroundings, but kind of not in this ballroom, not in Cranberry or something like that?
Yeah, it's different. Obviously, that's something that I always thought that I would never play for another team. Obviously, I had a contract with the Penguins and was traded to Edmonton, but that was always my thought. I loved Pittsburgh. I loved living there. I loved the city and everything that came with putting that jersey on. It was very special to me, and it was anything and everything I could have imagined.
How could you describe what the battle back for you this year has been like from last year, where it was so tumultuous? Just what's gone into it emotionally, physically, everything?
Yeah, I think from what happened last year, going down a conditioning stint and then being sent down on waivers, I think there was a choice to be made there. Whether I just kind of wanted to pack it in and play out the rest of my contract there, or if I wanted to make a choice and be better for it. And I think being able to have that choice and being able to do that, I think brought me back as a better goalie and a better person. I think that's ultimately what I want to do.
How much did, I mean, I don't want to get too personal, but just becoming a father for the first time, how much did that help you at all reset mentally too after a difficult?
Yeah, I think it was huge. I think being able to kind of reset from that and be able to see the perspective of someone else, I think really helped. Obviously, it just wasn't my wife and I anymore. We had added another one, so to have that and to care for that, I think it's special, and it brings a lot of perspective to your life.
You faced great demands here in Pittsburgh. This might be even greater now in Edmonton. Just it's a voracious hockey market, coming off 2 Stanley Cup finals consecutively. What's that part of things like right now?
It's obviously fun. There's a huge following for the team, and I think just with everything that comes with the team and comes around the team, it's obviously a different challenge. Playing in Pittsburgh, obviously it's a great hockey city, and they're very passionate about their team, and I think bringing that to Edmonton makes it a little easier for me.
Is there a moment, a highlight of your Pittsburgh career that sticks out the most?
No, I think just kind of everything from playing my first game in Pittsburgh, playing my first game in Wilkes, being drafted. Like there's so many. I think I've enjoyed my whole time there and every experience that I've had, the ups and the downs, and I'm very grateful for it all.
What about the goal in Tampa?
Yeah, it's obviously up there, but I think just some of the games that we won, being able to go through some of those crazy experiences, whether we were up, we were down, just having the fans behind you, I think it was just all so special.
How do you think you might be received tomorrow?
You never know. I hope in a good way. I put my heart and soul into this team, and I think I hope they understand that. You never want to go into a game thinking you're going to lose. You want to win every single game that you step foot on the ice, and I think that's all I want to do is win in Pittsburgh, and I hope I was perceived that way.
What were sort of the specific logistics of you when you left Pittsburgh, when you got to Edmonton, and how quickly you were able to get on the ice and practice?
It was obviously pretty quick. I found out in the morning that I was traded to Edmonton, and then just going from there, it was finding out if I could get gear, and then obviously with the schedule, it's pretty much the same as what we would do in Pittsburgh, but obviously somewhere else. So I think it was just kind of learning that, and then being on the ice 12 hours later. basically from getting there and meeting everyone, it's a whirlwind.
I know it has been such a quick turnaround, but have you been able to speak with any of your former Penguins teammates?
Not so much. Obviously, like, they're coming off a back-to-back, and we're coming off a back-to-back, so it's been a lot of games for both sides. So it'll be nice to catch up tonight and tomorrow.
Why do you think this didn't work out here as hoped? Ultimately,
I wouldn't really say that. I was drafted here and was here for almost 10 years. So I think I don't really look at it that way. I look at it as just the next chapter in my life, and hopefully I could help Edmonton.
Do you expect to have a new mask by tomorrow, or are you still going to be sporting your Penguins one? What do you think?
I'm not sure. It's all up in the air. Obviously, everything's happening so quick. So I guess I'll find out tomorrow.
How does your familiarity with Edmonton as a place where you played your junior hockey kind of change this transition or affect this transition?
Yeah, I think it's helped a little bit. Obviously, there are a lot of people and a lot of different players, but I think just spending my time there over the summer, I get to skate with some of the guys, so that obviously made it easier transition. And then obviously knowing Calvin and Curtis for a long time, that helped a lot.
Tristan, I know it's only been a few days with your new teammates here, but do you get a sense as to why they've been so successful in the last couple of years? Is there anything you can pick up on that indicates the standard that's in that dressing room?
They're just a tight group, but I think any team just coming from Pittsburgh, they're a tight group too. So I think that you see that all the teams that are successful, how tight they are and the friendships that they build, I think those are special. And you see that the friendships and the teammates that you have here in Edmonton, it's a special group, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
I know you grew up in BC. Were you ever an Oilers fan growing up? I mean, obviously, you have a home there, but were you ever rooting for them before you became an NHLer? Or?
You obviously watched a lot of games just playing with the Oil Kings, and you got to go to a lot of games just sharing the rink. So I think obviously, yeah, you watch a lot of Oilers games, and you become a fan from that.
Any particular players that stand out over that time? Dwayne Rollison, anyone like that?
Yeah, Dwayne Rollison, okay. Habby Boulin, Tommy Salo. Like there's a lot of different goalies that I got to see.
You talked about the possible reception tomorrow night, but just the day in general tomorrow, starting in the morning, you're going to go to the arena, but you're going to go to a completely different room. How weird do you think that might be for you?
Yeah, it'll be very weird. It's going to be a whole new setting, and just talking to my parents and the rest of my family is like that first game. It felt like my first game in the NHL all over again, and I'm sure playing in Pittsburgh, it'll be much of the same.
Were you ever in that dressing room for a development camp or prospect camp or training camp or anything?
No, never.
Gotcha.